Greetings, welcome. It's Luke Smith, RuralVacantLand.com. I've got another property I'd like to show you today. This one is in the desert in San Bernardino County, California, not too far past Barstow. So I think this looks like a good spot for a shooting range or to play with your dirt bikes, your ATVs, have fun with nobody around, run around naked and burn stuff, whatever you want to do. So let's get into this property and take a look. So we're on my website, RuralVacantLand.com, and there's a map search here at the top of the page. I'm going to go to the map search today, and we're going to zoom in. So we're in Southern California on this property, and I've had a couple properties around the area in the past. This one is, here's Barstow, and this is the property I'm talking about. So this is the 15 here. This 15 goes from, Los Angeles up to Las Vegas. Goes a little further, gets up to Vegas, and the 40 goes, starts in Barstow. It's a major trucking destination to offload stuff, coming out of the ports of Los Angeles. It's a good split where a lot of the trucks start going down the 40 to go deliver stuff all over across the U.S., right? So in between, you've got some hinterlands here. That's a lot of it, I always thought was government land, but some of it isn't. Some of it's private land, and you can own this stuff. And that's what we're looking at today. Let's look at a satellite image. To me, this kind of looks like the area you'd go film a Star Wars episode, or nobody's going to bother you here. So there's some dark rocks, there's some light stuff, and you get some of each. Let's click on it and take a look. Let's zoom in, try to get some topography and everything else. I'm asking $11,999. I've got title insurance on this one I can pass on to you if you want to take it through title escrow kind of shop. Got one here, nice lady that does title on different deals for me. So yeah, I'd ask that you'd pay for the title on it. I don't think it's needed, but if you want, I can pass the title insurance that I have on the property on to you. Makes it a little bit more marketable or financeable in the future. You could build something on it. There's a buy it now if you want to just go for it, put it on a credit card, debit card. If you want to break it up, you can do a couple payments. There's a payment link up here, pay here. You can break it up over a couple days, a couple different cards or whatever. But $11,999 is what I'm asking for this one. And you can see these pictures going by here. It's it's a vacant area, and there's nobody around. There's no utilities. You got to make everything. That picture is of the area. It's not really the actual property. I've never been to the property. So there's GPS coordinates in the description. This is 40 acres, the proper 40. Taxes are about $80 a year. And there's pictures of just directions to stuff in the area. Okay, so let's click on these GPS coordinates. And I usually say if you open up the GPS coordinates, click on them on your phone, you get driving directions to the property. I really doubt this one you get really good driving directions to the property because it's in the middle of nowhere. Like you gotta have your own GPS system on your phone. It kind of gives you arrows and directions like 2 miles that way, 4 miles that way, over yonder around the hill. You're gonna run into hills following the arrows, and you're gonna have to get creative. You have to drive around them, find trails. If you're a can-do kind of person that likes to fix stuff and do it yourself, and you don't like people telling you what to do, this is your kind of property. If you drive a Toyota Prius and you use a Mac and you like everything done for you, this is not your property. So 15, there's different exits there, different exits off the 40, and they go out in the middle of nowhere. There's a bunch of farming land here. There's little roads that go off in the middle of nowhere. And if you got your toy hauler and you're excited to get out here, you're gonna have to look at maps, study maps, and follow some of these 2 tracks and trails on the satellite images, try to see what gets close, and then just get creative for the rest of the route. But if you can make it here, if you got the cojones, if you got the nerve, take a look at this. So we'll do some 3D. It's a 40-acre lot. I'm just going to do some lot lines here. So half of it's in the rock, half of it's in the sand. So half of it's in this rock, half of it's on the sand. So if you wanted to build into the side of a hill, you could build into the side of this hill. You might want to be good with dynamite, or it's probably cheaper. You know, dynamite's kind of expensive, all the regulations. Probably cheaper to go get some ammonium phosphate and diesel fuel and drill holes into the rock and pour the ammonium phosphate in there and soak it with diesel fuel and light it up. That moves rock. That moves lots of rock. You could carve a place there to build a house and have the natural earth as your air conditioning, or use this hill as a shooting range. You could shoot right into the hill. If you got a tank that you put together out of a kit or bought it off old army surplus or something, you could shoot the hill with it. Rocket launchers, high caliber whatever guns, your elephant gun. I mean, this is a good property to play with that kind of toy. It looks like there's a wash here between the rock and the sand that when it does rain, that probably washes out pretty nice. It's probably good rainwater collection here because you get this whole area that drains down the hill. If you want to put tanks out and collect water when it comes through, I doubt anybody will ever come tell you not to. Good luck getting there. Ex-wife will never find you. Bill collectors will never find you. Salesmen will never find you. Religion won't come knocking at your door to sell you on their view of the world. That's a good angle. Look at that. So here, there's a good side of hill there. I mean, you could put targets up there. I mean, you could sit up here and shoot off across the valley into the sand too. You could drag old cars out here and shoot them up. There's lots of things you could do with this property. Think you could drive your truck up that thing? I bet you if you have the right truck. Maybe come around one of these sides. I wish I could turn this angle up at the stars at nighttime. See how clear a sky it is here. I bet you it's crazy clear. You're going to see all the stars. So there's the property, 40 acres. Let's take a look at the lot lines. This is a different piece of software. Yeah, it's just classic 40 acres. I kind of wanted to pull up some neighbors too, see if I can figure this out. So up the hill here to the north is Warren Bascoy. Straight to the south is Levin Mushigavin. Straight to the east, this looks like government land. Nope, David Spicer. This guy get the whole section. He's got section less this stuff. So he's got 3/4 of a section. 80, 80, 80, 80. Yeah, so he's got 3/4 of a section. So this is 3/4 of a mile by a mile. And then straight to the west, I think this is government. Yeah, this is government land. So I'd probably drive in from the west. Almost looks like a old mining or something there. Let's see. See if I can see that on Google Maps. The other thing we should do is we should pull this up in Bing and see if Bing's got anything covered in here. Just some different colors in the hills. It's totally Star Wars landscape, right? Sci-fi movie special about seeing some other planets. Okay, so here's Barstow up here. Here's a 15, here's a 40. You're down in these hills. And as you keep going past Barstow, I mean, let's zoom out the wrong way. It goes down to Los Angeles. Let's see if I can get this to turn. Yeah, so here's the property here. And there's the route down through the mountains. There's Catalina, San Clemente, Channel Islands. This is all LA. So just behind LA, not very far behind LA. Take the 15 up and you get to this property. There's nobody there. Look, here's Los Angeles, here's Anaheim, here's Riverside, San Diego's down here. Palm Desert. You're not very far away from all these people, all this concentration of rules and regulations and everything else. You just come up over the hill and around the corner and you can do whatever you want. I mean, there's nobody there to tell you what to do. So that's the property. If you're interested in this one, I'll put a link down below. Put the link down below so you can go to my website and it'll take you to this page here. Let me find it. I'll take you to this page that has the buy it now button and tells you about the property, so you can go, buy it now, fill out your information, and make it yours. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith at ruralvacantland.com.